Is your business struggling to grow? Are you unable to generate more leads or more clients for your business? If that's the case, you need to definitely watch this video. In this video, we are going to be covering one of the most important elements for every business is how do you go to market with your product? In short, the GTM. The GTM is one of the most important business strategies which I've been using consistently across my decade plus corporate career as I was head of marketing for a 100 CR company as well. Throughout the state, the GTM is it essentially defines the entire strategy and roadmap of what the actions are going to be. Without this, we are just like headless people aimlessly wandering about without any direction. Getting the GTM right is going to provide you the exact direction which you need so that you can grow your business at minimal effort. Because without a GTM plan in place, you're going to be expending a lot of effort in terms of generating more leads, but it won't get the same results. But this, act, you can work on it very precisely and get a very targeted response and generate a very targeted results into your business with this. So essentially, the GTM is broken down into three major phases. The first phase is the basic fundamentals. The next phase is the authority building and to create a hook to attract the audience. And third stage is the traffic stage. These are the three major stages for each and every business which are there. The first business is further broken down into three steps. The first step is the target ICP. Second step is the unicorn message. Third step is the ultimate offer. Let me kind of get go into the details of each and every one of these to kind of share you more light about that. And if you don't have it already, keep your pen and paper handy because you want to take down a lot of notes over here. So the first point we are talking about is the ICP. What does the ICP refer to? ICP refers to ideal customer profile. Now, each and every business, especially a small business which is making less than 5 CR of revenue, you need to have a target ICP in place absolutely because without an ICP in place, you'll be randomly targeting everyone in the market, and your message won't resonate with anyone. You won't be fixing any fixed problems, and because of that, everything would be extremely ineffective, and your efforts would be completely diluted. At this stage of your business, you cannot sell to everyone. That is why having this razor focus approach to a specific ICP is extremely important. Think about it. Most of the products or services which you're offering, they're already being offered by large incumbents in place who are probably doing hundreds or maybe even thousands of CR, right? So to be able to successfully compete against those larger players, you need to have that specific advantage for a very small market and capture a huge chunk of that market. This is essentially what is called guerrilla marketing as well. Focusing on a very small niche audience with a very specific problem with a very specific value proposition, and that's what getting the target ICP right is absolutely important. That's why you need to get that target ICP locked and loaded, identify who the person is, and focus on that specific ICP itself and not anyone else. For to be able to get the right ICP done, you need to aggressively research your customers as well. Research the customers, research the competition, research what's the opportunity there in the marketplace, figure out what problem statements are which are not being solved yet. Doing that is absolutely vital in terms of getting it done. And this is one of the biggest advantages, right? Getting compared to a regular business which tries to sell more on the product side, you become problem first and customer first. That is the primary transition between a small business and a startup. A small business focuses more towards the product, whereas the startup, it's more product problem focused and more customer focused. So this will help you in that journey of transitioning your business from a regular small business to a startup. So this is the first element which you need to get right. The next step is called the unicorn message. Now, what does the unicorn message refer to? Essentially, in today's day and age, I'm sure most of you must be facing this as well, right? Kind of mindlessly scroll through Instagram reels, YouTube shorts, etc. You know, you won't look at a video for more than 5 to 10 seconds, and because of that, the attention span has kind of gotten ridiculously low. You know, there's a joke that the attention span of a average human, is less than 12 seconds, which is less than the attention span of a goldfish. So that is what the current situation is right now. With such attention span, it becomes absolutely important to have your messaging on point so that within the first 5 to 10 seconds when you're communicating with a potential client, you attract their attention immediately. And that is what you can help do that with a solid unicorn message. What it does is you need to identify the exact pain points of the customer with much more detail. Get the pain points right, identify what those pain points are, and maximize those pain points so that they understand, if the pain points are not solved, what problem it could cause. And that is why Getting that included in the unicorn message is absolutely vital. Combine that with attractive messaging. Essentially, in today's day and age, you need to have a strong, good looking package for everything that you do, right? So even your business, you need to give it that attractive packaging to ensure that you're getting that right result which you expect it out of. So that's why getting that right is absolutely important. That's going to determine the entire messaging for your business. So the initial elevator pitch that you have, you can nail that down perfectly. Even the subsequent communications that you have with your clients, you can nail down that as well extremely well. So that's what the unicorn message is going to help you to do. Identify that laser targeted messaging which will help you position your business to the right audience for the right problem. So getting that right is absolutely vital. The third point is the ultimate offer. Now you must be kind of confused. What's the meaning of the ultimate offer here? The ultimate offer will help you increase your conversion rates and revenues without having to do very different product changes or very different service changes. Without making too many changes, just structuring the offer itself can help you increase the conversion rates by a lot and help you increase the revenues by a lot. Most people think that when you're offering a particular service, it's just that simple product or service that you're offering, but it's far more than that. It is the entire package which goes along with, and not just the simple product which you're doing. If you are simply offering a simple product, you're essentially commoditizing your offering. But if you do a complete package, that's a complete holistic offer which the customer would be extremely interested in. To give you an example to kind of drive the point home, think about a car for a second. When you go to buy a car, if you buy a Maruti Swift or a Mercedes Benz, right? Why would you buy a Mercedes Benz compared to a Maruti Swift, or vice versa? It's not just about the product, the physical car which is there, because if that's the case, people would simply buy a Maruti Swift because that is cheaper. But Mercedes Benz comes with a whole lot of other things as well, which are not covered in just the product itself. It is the branding, it is the expectations, it is the positioning, it is the elite level of service, it is the financing options, it is the status, all those things which come along with the Mercedes. That's what makes it a complete offer, and not just that physical car. If it was just selling a physical car, you would not pay 35 lakh rupees just for a car. But because of all these other elements combined, you're willing to pay them that premium. That is the difference between a product and an offer. So start thinking from an offer point of view rather than a product point of view. That's how you increase the value proposition and the perceived value of what you're doing. If you simply offer product, you'll just be commoditized and people won't take you seriously. Think about it. On the other hand, if you look at on the value end, you have companies like Maruti, you have Hyundai, you have Honda, you have Toyota, all of these in the value segment. Why is Maruti the number one player in the segment? All of them, they not just offer cars, they offer loans, they offer insurance, they offer warranties, pretty much the same. And yet Maruti is the number one player. Why is that? Because there's a very unique part of value offering which Maruti has, which none of the other players have. And that is its service centers across the country, the parts availability across the country, making it extremely easy to repair and service the car. That is a part of the offer behind what goes behind buying a Maruti. It's not just the physical car. In fact, I would probably say that the other cars in the market, Toyota, Honda, they are probably better than Maruti. But because of the additional value add of setting up all those service centers across the country, which Maruti has done, they are the number one player in the space. And that is why it becomes extremely important to kind of build that offer. And if you add that element of offer into your business, add that something unique which no one else in the market is doing, that would become your USP, that would become your value proposition, and will help you acquire customers very aggressively, very quickly. So it's important to transition from a product mindset to an offer mindset. So this is, up until now we were talking about the phase one, which was primarily focused on how do we build the core of the business, the core marketing element, the fundamental element of the business. Now we jump on the next level, which goes into the actual marketing mechanics. What exactly the marketing would look like, in terms of the communication, in terms of building authority, in terms of how do we converse with the client, and the entire marketing ecosystem, how it would be. That's the phase two. So the first part of phase two is the ultimate tripwire, which, as you can see, is a step four over here. Now, what does the ultimate tripwire refer to? Through the ultimate tripwire, What we do is we attract cold leads and we turn them into warm leads with the help of this ultimate tripwire offer. Now, what does a tripwire mean essentially? Tripwire is something like a short circuit, right? So essentially, you want to create a tripwire offer to these cold leads so that when they see that tripwire offer, it kind of leads to a short circuit within the brain of the customer, and they would increase immediately sign up for your offer, whatever that's there. And because of that, what's done is you've initiated the relationship with the customer with the help of the tripwire. Now if you directly try to sell something very expensive right from the get-go to the customer, right, they may not be interested with that. But if you come up with a tripwire offer which is free or at a very low cost, what it does is, it breaks down that initial barrier with the customer, and they would, once that is done, they are far more comfortable speaking with you than if you are just trying to pitch them the expensive solution. So how would the structure would be is, you first offer them a tripwire offer which is free or of a low value. Once they inside, then you can, after future iterations, future communication with them, then you can pitch them a higher value offer. That's essentially how the business is. This is essentially the essence of the opt-in marketing, where you get them to opt in into your offer, and this gives you the permission to sell higher value products in the future. That's what the ultimate tripwire is about. The next step is what we call the authority maximizer. Now, what does this mean? Essentially, in today's day and age, if you want to sell a product, plain old marketing doesn't work. You need to establish yourself as an authority in the space. Doesn't matter what products you're selling, doesn't matter what you're selling. If you don't position yourself as an authority, you'll be a commodity. Think about it this way: you're either an authority or you're a commodity. Which would you like to be? Would you like to be an authority or a commodity? That's the decision you need to make. Becoming an authority in the space, I cannot tell you, I cannot underestimate how powerful it can be, because the conversations when you have as an authority will be completely different, and you won't be scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of the customers. You'll be able to offer high value services to customers. You'll be able to charge premium, and you'll be having literally, a huge overflowing number of leads which you won't know what to do with. That is the beauty of authority maximizing, and that's what it does. So you can able to do it once you have like a very narrow ICP with a very narrow focus, and you create most of your content focusing on that ICP, and you publish it on multiple social medias like LinkedIn, like YouTube, any social media out there. And this will help you build your authority in the long run. And the best part is, it compounds. The more consistent you are with this, the more it's going to compound with time. And after 1 year or 2 years of doing this, literally everyone in the marketplace would know who you are. That's the power of this. And once that is there, rather than you having to constantly reach out to customers to get more business, the customers would be following up with you to work for their business. The complete dynamic of the business would change, and that's what the authorities does for you. So I would urge you to focus on authority in building that authority in your business. One more important thing is, authority is not just built through social media. You can also do that by going to networking events, speaking at public events, doing press releases, getting on television, and coming on news channels in terms of as a guest speaker over there. All this stuff, this helps you build your authority even further. Now on social media, because it is so easy, you'll have every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and especially all the regular influencers which are there on the market. They've created a huge following for themselves, right? But that's not the only way. And because it's so easy, everyone can do it. But if you do other channels, like getting speaking engagements, like doing these press releases, like getting public speaking engagements in top tier events, that's how you truly take your authority to the next level. So getting this right is absolutely vital. Now we come down to the sixth point, which is the 10x sales script. Now, the unfortunate problem of majority of businesses, majority of service systems, majority of owners is that once the lead comes in and someone comes to speak to them, right, they do not have a proper sales process elaborated. In this GTM Canvas, we go through the sales script at complete detail, where we set up and elaborate all the points which are there to set up your sales process, to set up your sales journey in terms of what the customer experience would look like. And what that would do is, you'll be able to close maybe 20 to 40% of qualified prospects into sales. Imagine that if you have 100 incoming qualified prospects in a year, and you can convert 20 to 40 of them into clients, Imagine what that would do to your business. That is the essential power of the 10x sales script. What we do is we are going to be essentially creating the entire roadmap, guide you of what the sales process is going to be like, right? Generally, most salespeople, I'm sure you must have seen a lot of obnoxious salespeople who, who keep on just talking, and don't listen to you. um, we completely flip the script and make it completely opposite, where as a salesperson of your business, you listen more to your client rather than talk, understand what their problems are, and rather than acting as a salesperson, you act as a consultant, solving that problem for them. And we have the entire detailed process which we can help you out with to create that ultimate 10x sales script which you need to kind of grow your business. So I hope you understand what this sales process is about, because if you aim at becoming, trying to hammer your voice down the customer's throats, they'll, I'm sure you must have felt it as way that way as well, right? You would get completely irritated and frustrated dealing with that kind of a salesperson. But instead, if you switch the approach and you become more of a consultant, they'd be more than willing to listen to you. And that's the power of the 10x sales script which we've created. So this is what the marketing infrastructure that I talked about, right? This is completely about the marketing infrastructure which is needed before we start getting into the traffic side of things, where we essentially build, we have leads flowing into your business like crazy, and because of the marketing assets which we've created, the lead incoming leads will be closing like crazy because of all the effort that has been done in stage phase 2. So now let's move on to the phase 3. The phase 3 is focused more on the organic master, on the entire traffic side of things that I told you about, right? It's broken down into 3 steps, which is organic mastery, paid ads mastery, and community. So the organic mastery is focused more about how can you generate leads organically without having to pay for it in terms of ads. Um, there so there's a reason I've kept the two separately, because both have their own each role in terms of generating leads for your business, but organic has its own importance. And when I say organic, I'm not just referring to social media. Obviously, social media is a phenomenal tool to generate leads. For the last 4 years, to be honest, I've received 3 job offers and multiple clients purely from organic social media, which I'm doing on LinkedIn. And I'll be sharing more of that strategy in the organic mastery program going forward. But essentially, that's what the power of organic mastery is. Social media is a huge element of it, where you create a complete social brand, and that compounds with time. So social media is a huge element to that. But when you combine that with content marketing, you combine that with actual networking events, you combine that with speaking gigs, with public appearances, all of that, right? This will build your organic even further. And not just this, you'll also get good referral partners as well, because the more people see you as an authority, the more referral partners people will be willing to promote you. Think about it, right? If you're an upcoming business barely doing 50 lakhs once year of revenue, right, you need to have that solid incentive for someone else to promote your business. Else, why would they promote your business? There's practically no incentive for them. Even if you offer them a referral commission, they would be like, you're a nobody, you're an early stage business, why should I promote your business? But if you build authority along these lines, you'll find people who are more than willing to promote your business as well. So that's what the organic mastery does. It creates your organic brand both on social media and in the corporate world as well, in the real world as well, so that you get a huge steady stream of clients just from the organic channel. The next step is the paid ad mastery. Now, uh, organic and paid ads kind of go in conjunction, and both have their own place. The reason being, organic mastery is very intensive on time. If you actually calculate the amount of time which organic takes, it would be ridiculously expensive in terms of if you convert that to monetary value. So, and unfortunately, most business owners don't realize how expensive it can really get. Think about it. If you are a business owner making 1 CR of revenue, and if you spend, like 10 to 20 hours a week purely organic networking, how much in terms of money value that is, in terms of lead generation for your business. If you were to spend the same amount of money in ads, you could probably get more results that way in terms of the number of leads. So that is why, in the early stages, when you don't have enough money and you have a lot of time, organic is the way to go. But once you start reaching to 1 CR, 2 CR, 3 CR of revenue, then you should increasingly start looking at paid ads as well, because it's a tremendous source of leverage, that instead of spending time to acquire leads, now you're spending money to acquire leads. That's the beauty of it. And with paid ads, you only need to master one channel, whether it is Google or whether it is YouTube or it's Facebook or it's Instagram. Just finalize one channel, and with the help of that, you can acquire practically hundreds to thousands of leads with a nominal 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees a month budget. And that's the beauty of it. And just, have a calling system to call those leads, follow up on those leads. And when you convert them and you realize that, you are making probably 2x, 3x, or even 5x of the money that you invested in the leads, and you make that much in revenue. That's the power of paid ads in terms of kind of amplifying the results that you get. And the final element is the community. In today's day and age, everyone wants to be associated, be a part of a community, right? I'm sure most of you would be part of some of the other startup community, some of the other small business community like a BNI network or Tajurba network or any business network out there, right? Why is that? Because people are looking to be a part of community. They want to be associated with some institution. They want to be associated with some organization because it provides them that form of belongingness. It gives them a sort of connectiveness. And especially in India, we like that even more, because essentially we are very social creatures, and we like people within, with a similar fraternity to be a part of, right? Having that community approach into your marketing is absolutely vital in terms of growing a business. You look at some of the largest players in the space, right? Like HubSpot, Salesforce. These are some of the largest SaaS companies out there. They've built community, they've built authority. The amount of organic work that they do, it's absolutely phenomenal in terms of the results which they've generated purely with some of these tactics. And you can implement these tactics within your business as well. So getting the community right is absolutely vital, because once you get the community right, the amount of opportunities that it can generate for you is essentially infinite. In fact, there are several businesses in the US, in the last 3 4 years. The company was not generating any revenues, but they had a community of 1,50,000 businesses, and just that community alone sold for $100 million cash acquisition. Imagine the power of that. That is what I'm talking about. Even there have been especially companies like Midjourney in the AI space. They've generated billions of dollars of revenue with purely the community, no marketing, nothing, just because they got the community thing right. So getting this right is going to be absolutely vital. But to get the community right, you need to do the earlier 8 steps properly as well. You cannot skip the earlier 8 things and directly jump to the community element of it. That is why everything kind of goes hand in hand in terms of building building into each other and generating the results that you want for your business. So this is the entire GTM canvas in summary for you. Obviously, I cannot combine everything in a single video, but this gives you a good context of how all the elements are, how all of them work into each other, and how this can work for your business, right? So if you liked what you saw, if you like the entire framework and you would like to implement this into your business, just reach out to me and I would be happy to help you set this system up into your business and help your business achieve the heights I know you can. So I hope you like this video and see you in the next one. Thank you.